What is up, guys? DZ here, and today we have a deck profile of the deck that I would have taken to the WCQ had Volcanics not came out better in testing. I tested both this deck and Volcanics extensively before finally setting on Volcanics. I know a lot of people just thought I would inherently take Volcanics to the event, but I actually was testing this deck quite a bit, and I was pretty satisfied with it. But seeing it is my second choice, I decided to show it to you guys if you're maybe looking to either play Chronomalies, which is the deck that I'm going to be showing you, or if you're just looking for like an anti-meta deck and you don't like Volcanics. So here is my list. We're playing 3 Neverdisk. That's not surprising. Oh, and this is probably going to be a longer deck profile because I'm going to go pretty detailed into the card choices. But basically, this deck was supposed to combat the issues that Volcanics have. Volcanics are extremely good against Nekroz, and kind of struggle against some random rogue decks. This deck, on the other hand, has a slightly weaker Nekroz matchup, but still good. But I don't know. I would say it beats rogue fairly often, at least often enough for me to say that I would feel comfortable playing this against rogue. Volcanics are difficult to play because like Faustana is like obviously really bad against like Yosenjus and kind of Burning Abyss with the new trap cards and stuff. So like I just wanted a deck that had just big monsters and could do stuff. So in this particular deck, the Chronomaly engine is going to be the engine that would play similar to the Volcanics, where you don't summon extra deck monsters. And then the Traptrix engine that you're going to see in here is the engine that you would use if you want to summon extra deck monsters. This is different from Volcanics because in Volcanics you don't have that second engine to fall back on if you do need to summon extra deck monsters. But overall, this deck is just, I don't even know. I really like this deck. It was a really hard choice. I think Volcanics have better side deck options, and I really don't like losing to Floodgates, which this deck kind of can. Anyway, 3 Neverdisk, 3 Skull, just 1 Bones, because, like I said, this isn't your engine for exceeding, but sometimes you want the Bones, and then 1 Golden Jet. Like, this isn't a rank 5 deck anymore, so you really only need the 1 Golden Jet. Like, I've sometimes wanted a second one, but like you really never want to see these cards. And like Golden Jet is obviously only for Exceed summoning. It doesn't really have any other good effects, so it's not something you really want to see with the Chronomaly engine. But I'll leave it in there just to search. And it would be like really inconsistent just to play 3 Skull and 3 Neverdisk. That would just be really bad. The Traptrix engine is actually pretty loaded. It's 3 Murmillo, 3 Dionaya. I think Dionaya is fine at 2, but I really like 3. Reusing the trap holes for 1 turn to thwart your opponent's plays is actually really good right now. Part of the reasons why I want to play this deck so much is because Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare is just insane in this format. It basically is like lose 1 turn was ruled at the 150th YCS like Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare, and then was quickly reverted back to how it should be worded. But like Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare is still worded like Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare, so it gets around like every kind of form of protection that you could think of, which is really powerful. But anyway, 3 Dionaya because you want to see these early and often, so I think 3 is fine. And then lastly, just 3 Veiler because getting Trished kind of sucks balls. That's it for the monsters. I think there's 18 if I remember correctly, but it's really only 15 because I don't really count the Veilers, and then it's really only 12 because I don't want to count the Skulls. And then we're playing 3 Pot of Duality, as well as just 2 Upstart Goblin. I couldn't find room for the 3rd. And you really don't want to resolve 3 in 1 game, so I think a 38 card deck is just fine. But you really want to see Murmillo or Neverdisk first turn every single game, so these really help out your consistency. For the other stuff, 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. I think this card is really important going into the WCQ for those rogue decks. And like you really don't want to lose game 1 to like lose 1 turn. That's really hard to play around in this deck because it stops your Murmillo effect. Most Floodgates you can just pop with Murmillo, but lose 1 turn is particularly difficult to kill. So I think Mystical Space Typhoon. Like if you're playing a deck that doesn't like lose a turn, you really should just be playing MST or something in the main deck. And then 1 Lance. Soul Charge, which is just insane in this deck. Obviously for like bringing back Murmillos, but also if you just do your like regular Never-Disc combo, which is just like normal summon Never-Disc, add Skull, discard Skull to add Never-Disc, and do the same thing over and over again, it puts enough level 3s in your graveyard to make Gorgonic Guardian, which is like one of the most ridiculous extra deck monsters in the game, just really hard to summon. Like it takes 2 level 3 rocks, and like no deck can make that besides this deck. But anyway, Soul Charge can just be really good for putting like a rank 5 and a rank 3 on board, or rank 4 and rank 3. And then also, Raigeki is an out to the Jinlock and to put damage on board, and then Pyramid Eye Tablet just as a searchable out to the Jinlock. For the trap cards, we're playing 3 Fiendish. Fiendish is still my favorite trap card. We're not playing Planter in this deck, obviously, unlike Volcanics, but Fiendish is still really good. 1 Bottomless. I debated on playing Bottomless, but I think it's okay to play, just because you need search targets. And then we're actually playing 2 Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare. I think Nightmare is really important just because it basically can't be stopped by anything, which is like way different from Lose a Turn. So I think Nightmare is like a really good pick. Honestly, even if you're just playing a deck that you want like more trap cards, like I would consider just playing Nightmare as a one of. Yeah, I'm playing 1 Breakthrough Skill. This will be something I'm playing in Volcanics too. The ARG list from I forgot where it was, but the ARG list in the last Circuit series just got posted, and every single person was playing Gungnir and Nekroz, which is really scary. Gungnir is really good against rogue decks, and seeing we're playing a rogue deck, I would like an out like Breakthrough Skill, and most of the monsters in here can run over Gungnir, specifically Never-Disc or any, like even a Golden Jet or a Bones can run over Gungnir if it's in a fence position. Although we're not playing Lose a Turn. But more importantly, a Never-Disc with a Pyramid Eye Tablet can run it over. That's what I was trying to get at. We're playing 1 Divine Wrath. This card is actually at 2 in Volcanics right now. I can give the surprise away. I think Divine Wrath is one of the best cards in this format. It's kind of like an unsearchable Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare, but it like minuses you. But you have lots of free cards in this deck that you're searching. Maybe if you don't need the Bottomless, but you like have a 3rd Murmillo search, you can just discard for Divine Wrath. But the important thing about Divine Wrath is that your opponent can't chain anything to it because it's a counter trap. So no Lance, no Gungnir, no Trish, whatever. So when you like really need something to be destroyed and negated, Divine Wrath is your go-to. Just 1 Call the Haunted. I was playing 2 for a while, but I didn't really like it because like you don't really want to have a like, maybe that's the problem with this deck, is that when you open all monsters, you just can't like play because your deck's not fast enough. But like you really only want to open up either Murmillo or Never-Disc, and then just a bunch of trap cards. So like Call the Haunted is just kind of like an extra monster, which isn't very good, but it is cool bringing back Murmillo to pop spells and traps and stuff. And then 1 Mirror Force because it's really good against bad. Like it's honestly too good against bad players. Like it's, I don't know, Mirror Force is just incredible. And most people won't think you're playing it. And then 1 Emptiness and 1 Mourning, which are pretty self-explanatory. For the extra deck, unlike Volcanics, this extra deck is actually pretty tight. Playing 1 Gorgonic Guardian. It's basically just a better giant hand in like every possible way, and it's ridiculous, but like I said, and like no one will see it coming ever, which is really cool. And then Ragnar Zero, which combos nicely with Gorgonic Guardian, which is also just a really good card. Number 80, Dweller, Cowboy, 1 Castel, Evolve All Chain, similar to what Corey McDuffie was doing last year's Nationals, where you just like Dionaya from Murmillo and then stack another Dionaya. That's really, really, really good. Especially if you can protect it to live another turn. 1 Daigusto Emerald, mainly to shuffle back your extra deck monsters, but also it's nice like resetting like your Never-Discs and your Skulls and stuff. I don't think I would ever like reset Murmillos. You might reset Dionaya, or maybe you would reset like your 1 of Chronomalies. And then 1 Excite, or I almost said Exciton Knight. I hate that name. Exciton, because it won't go off that often because you should be ahead in card advantage, but it's too good when it goes off to not play. And then 1 Ptolemy and a Diamond. And then the cool thing about this deck, we're actually playing, I guess counting the Diamond, we're playing 4 rank 5. So we're playing regular Pleiades, Durandal, which is really, really good right now, and then Volcasaurus. And it might seem excessive because we're only playing the 1 Golden Jet. But like the cool thing is, and that's changed from the last time I played this deck, is that you can actually make any of the rank 5s with Ptolemy. And while it might not be great making Volcasaurus because it would be during your end phase, it is really cool to make Durandal or Pleiades. All you have to do is just like attach Diamond in the end phase, and then on your opponent's turn, or still in your end phase, just use Ptolemy's effect to attach any one of these guys. That's definitely really stellar. And then one Gaia Charger. So other things that I couldn't find space for would be like that Wind-Up guy, Wind-Up Zenmayo. He's really neat. I've considered like a Tyrus. A 101 might be helpful. Giant Soldier of Steel is surprisingly useful because it's really big and really hard for some decks to get over, specifically Necroz, because it goes up to 3,000 defense. I think that's it, but like a second Castel. And then Constellar M7 is also something I've considered playing. But like the extra, I feel like, I don't know, like I entered a locals with this, and I used almost every single card in this extra deck throughout the entire tournament. So I feel like you just have to play all this. But if you want to cut something, I guess I would say test it first. But anyway, this was my second choice to Nationals. I don't think I will be playing it in the main event, unless I have like a change of heart at the end. But I do think this is a really powerful, strong, really powerful and strong, I guess, anti-meta deck. A little bit different than Volcanics because it relies on its traps too much. But I don't know. It's good. It's fun. I really like Chronomalies. I know I only posted 2 deck profiles on this channel, but I played them constantly for like a month straight. I just didn't post deck profiles. But I will see you guys later. Let me know what you think about this list. Goodbye.